We felt as a team we had enough to get promoted that year.
A bad run to an end. Well, that's a stunning strike!
Taking a long run up and drives it goalwards and finds the bottom corner!
Of course, changing manager is not the best thing to do.
We didn't know each other, and he didn't know me.
We were like, who's this?
And then he pulled me up and he was having a go at me.
And we heard about the news, it's really upsetting.
If you score, I promise you, me and you are going to have a problem.
Deeney with a chance! Troy Deeney puts Watford in front!
Everywhere was going crazy,
I remember the yellow army behind the goal.
We are there in Watford history.
Playing in the Premier League, you know, it wasn't even a sort of a dream.
I remember the first season was amazing. We played some really good football. Unfortunately, in the end, it wasn't the case. We didn't get promoted, but we really enjoyed our football and our time. After that semi-final, to win it and then to lose the final, we didn't perform that well in the final. But yeah, I remember the next season we struggled.
Was it 13th, 14th the year before? It was like a bit of a nothing season. Obviously, we had the massive highs with Zola the year before. And yeah, I remember it was just a moment in time where we were kind of unsure about what the future could hold.
Because we had a very good conversation with Gianluca, Nani and Gino. And I was impressed what they wanted to do. They told me that they wanted me and Troy to lead the team. That's why he wanted to sign me. So everything was changing around the club, especially the stadium. I remember I went to the stadium and I saw the other side of the stadium, everything down to put a new stand. So the expectation was good, but yeah, we needed to start to work. So of course, everything was there for us to deliver a good season. I remember as well, our pre-season was very good in Austria. Our preparation for the season was very good.
Beppe Sannino, he came in, he was a very organised man. His English wasn't the best, so he had communication problems.
He was crazy, man. There's no other way of saying that. He was, genuinely as a bloke, he was a good bloke, but when it comes to football, he just turned into this psycho. He was big on fitness and typically with the Italian guys, like shape and pattern of play, so a lot of long sessions.
I still remember one training session, I was 1 centimetre sort of not in the position and he pulled me up and he was having a go at me and I was like, literally, this is how is this? He was like, the small things matter. So, you know, you just take on board what the new managers want.
We felt as a team, as a squad, we had enough there to get promoted that year.
So we felt very confident as well for the season, you know. But of course, that first 4 games was very important for us.
Into Deeney. Deeney, can he lob it over Lloyd again? Yes, he can! Deeney's there, still Vydra going. Vydra goes for goal. Vydra scores! Right-footed down the middle and scores. Forestieri goes for the penalty area. Still going Forestieri. And he drives it in off the post. Taking a long run up and drives it goalwards and finds the bottom corner.
Do first steps very well. Then you have to win that opening games and we did well.
We really enjoyed our football and I think we had an amazing group in the dressing room.
Because of the way we was playing, the way we prepared, that was a big moment for us as well. It was a very good, special moment for us for our belief, you know, and especially we used to have a very young squad as well, so that for the young players was very good result.
So that's a great start to the season and you're starting to think, you know, things are going to go well.
When you get like this run of wins, you gain confidence and believe, and this is what made us much stronger.
think when Beppe Sannino got sacked, we were second in the league.
So I was quite surprised they sacked him, and then other manager just comes, and how I said, the season was up and down with the managers.
The idea of the club is to maintain the base, you know. Of course, changing managers is not the best thing to do, but the team, they used to have the idea, and everything was prepared for us to continue to perform well.
It was not easy because you know, when you're getting used to a manager and all of a sudden it's gone, another one is in, you know, so you start to adapt to a new tactics, new style of play and all that. It was not easy, but we're professional, that's our job.
Obviously, another manager came in and he only lasted a few games due to his illness, and that was a little bit of a whirlwind kind of little time where he only lasted a few games. We got another manager in called Billy McKinley.
And then obviously Billy McKinley took over for a little while. He called me and Keith Andrews into his office, was talking, and he was like, look, need you to get hold of the boys, we've got to do things right. Because things were like, the fact that we were good was getting us over it. It wasn't a harmonious dressing room, it wasn't a harmonious place. There was something that Billy did that most managers didn't do at the time. He thanked all the physios before the game. Really strange thing. So like, when the lads go to a stadium, and like you probably all see them walking down and they go in. Obviously we do what we do, we get our massage, whatever, then they go out. And normally when they go out to the game, the manager's like in work mode. But Billy was like, thanked every staff member before he went out, like, thanks for your work, well done for getting it. Just something really small, but it just made everyone feel valued, and most of us were gutted, to be fair, because he was proper.
Of course, it was very strange in some times. One day was a manager, another day is different manager, but we tried to keep ourselves confident, you know, because we knew that we have that time have a very good squad. Doesn't matter who the manager was going to be. So for us was important. The conversation between players was always to continue to push, to train well, you know, to do our best on the pitch, outside the pitch as well, so we can deliver the results.
I was so fortunate. I got on really well with Troy, and he always kept us super calm. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think Troy divides many opinions. He sort of like Marmite. You might love him, you might hate him. But for Watford and what he did for us as a team, he made us feel super composed. He sort of talked us through like all of the changes that were happening, and you know, obviously it was a lot of managers in a short space of time.
Tell us a little bit about you as a coach. What type of coach are you?
Different. I am not arrived here for learn people play like Spanish club or Italian clubs. And message for supporters, I try make team what supporters gonna be proud of them.
And Djokanovic was there. I remember Djokanovic when I came first time, we didn't know each other and he didn't know me.
I don't know what the other lad said, but we were like, who's this? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, who's this guy? I mean, you go on Google, and you know, he played for Chelsea. Like,
championship is not easy. You understand? You're gonna meet a team that you think this is pushover, and when you get there, they're gonna go all out, and you're gonna lose the game. You understand? So it was a difficult spell. Then when we lost 4 games at the roll, and sometimes we're feeling down that okay, this objective this year is not gonna be possible and all that, but we still keep going and fighting and all that. When the winning start coming, when we start winning games and all that, then we start believing that the objective is possible to achieve.
In championship, it's good to have so many games, which like if you lose a couple of games in the row, then you can like forget quickly because the game's coming so quickly, and that's why I love to play championship.
When you lose games, you start to put a doubt, on your ability. Especially after we've been through so many difficult times as well. Even that was still to deliver a good result, But when you lose 4 in a row, that's a big question, for the group. Almost everyday meetings, players trying to solve the problems, and also with the manager trying to ask the questions, to find the answers for the period, But we were able to solve the problem between us. Players was questioning, player was asking more from the other players, because we know in that time that we are capable to deliver and to do more in terms of results.
It was quite stressful because it was like 4 or 5 games without a win. But you could see that the quality was there, and it was just a matter of time that the wins, it was going to come.
If we lost Fulham, he was gone. That's nailed on. I can put my kids on that. Yeah, like I know that to be true. Remember, it was Friday night, 8 o'clock kickoff on Sky.
Freezing night, I remember that. Very cold night. But we're able, especially after that, 4 bad results, to win against Fulham away from home. 5-0 was very, very important for us.
What do you remember about the hat-trick?
First one, penalty, when Vids got took down by the keeper of the jogging bottoms. I remember thinking, there's no way a keeper with jogging bottoms is going to save this. That can't happen.
As cool as you like from Troy Deeney.
Seb hit a ball to Benari. Benari nodded it down. He's one of the few people that didn't try and hit me. He actually believed in the fact that I was quite quick. So just leave it in that space, and he's waited past it. I remember he did a little nod down, keeper come out, just nudged it under his legs. I think I got the last one in the 90-odd minutes. And obviously we had the ball for about 2 minutes, and he puts me through. And I remember running through on goal, and Nando screaming for the ball there, and I think he'd missed a few chances before. And I remember him calling, and I just had this thought in my head, I'll show you how to finish.
Well, now Deeney is in. Only one out.
Anyway, I scored, and you probably remember the aggressive celebration, but it was more to Nando. It was take it effing serious.
It's going to be Abdi who drills it and finds the net. Well, the Watford fans got exactly what they wanted. They were calling for him to strike it, and didn't he strike it?
Never really far away from bringing a bad run to an end.
Well, that's a stunning strike. Absolutely wonderful from Almen Abdi.
Almen had a beautiful goal.
Nobody could believe the goal he scored. Of course, we knew his ability and the player that he used to be for us, but that was a great goal for Almen.
That game on Sky cameras, it showed out how great he was. But like you said, we called him the professor. He was teaching us lots of things. His technique was ridiculous, obviously in a good way. And he was just the nicest guy as well. You could speak to him, and he was a clever guy. And yeah, on the pitch, he was a magician.
I think that was the start of our season.
So Fulham was December, start of December. And then I remember Jan brought Ben Watson in, brought Matt Connolly in. I think we lost, did Lloyd Dyer go? Keith had gone in the build-up. Yeah, lost Adlène a little bit. I think we lost Basong as well. So it was like a whole change around. And then and then that's when we weirdly stumbled onto that 5-3-2. And as soon as that happened, it was off to the races, yeah.
Lloyd with a cross, Kafka with the header, headed down by Ighalo, Kafka's there! As Troy Deeney into the box, BK's back there, but Deeney's still there, and Deeney makes it 2! look for Paredes in round the back of Wiggins. Paredes' paces get there. Can he cut it back? It's there. It's 3-0. Odion Ighalo. And then swing it. Ighalo with the header. It scores. Here is Daniel Turgeon. It is left-footed. And he makes it 5-0.
With all the respect with Blackpool, but in that time we were a much better team than them. I don't know what's happened in the first half. We just couldn't play any of our football.
He wasn't really one to lose his cool like that, like be super angry like that. He was always quite a chilled person. So I wouldn't, and I think like if I would, because I can't really remember him shouting super aggressively.
The players will speak to ourselves and say we are a much better team than this team. Why are we conceding 2 goals? And if we want to gain promotion to the Premier League, we don't have to concede goals like this. We have to go in there now and show what we can do.
First half, when you come in 2-0 down, you're like, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? But we brought Ben Watson on, and that was the defining moment of the season, that tackle that he does, that put Tiki through.
I scored 4 goals in that game. I know I scored some rebound. I know I scored some passing and shooting and all that, you know. So it was a great game, and I'm very happy. I was over the moon after that game that, wow, 4 goals in a game, and after a tough start in that game. So I was very happy.
Like Ighalo had like a goal scorer's instinct, like, you know, things would just fall for him. He had that amazing chop as well.
It just felt like every time we went forward, it was like goal, goal, goal. And yeah, we won 7-2. It's good, Iggy got 4.
I gave Troy a lot of love, so maybe I need to speak a bit bad about him now. I think he was a bit jealous of Ighalo that day, because I remember one of the goals actually, I think Troy hit the post and it sort of rebounded and it fell into Ighalo's lap.
I remember well the game, the time that I made the triple save.
They put me on the bench. It was fuming. The boy Zach Clough was very, very good on the day. But obviously Neil Lennon was there as well. He was another one. He tried to sign me at Celtic over the year before. Obviously beforehand you do that, like the ref stuff, so you used to be the captain and managers. And obviously they would get the team sheets. And I must have been walking around, or I must have been trying to calm down or something, because I was outside the dressing room, and he was like, "Not playing, big man." And I must have given him a look that was like, "Not now." And he was like, "Well, that gives us a chance then." And he just walked off, and I was like, that off even more.
It was like an open game. We were trying to score, they are trying to score.
When Gomes made that save, it was like, oh, we're going to win this.
Here's Deeney. Good hit, blocked by Gomes, Lafondra. Good block again by Gomes, Clough. And again Gomes stops it.
That was a very important time of the game as well. Otherwise we could end up losing that game.
I remember as we were waiting to come on, Neil Lennon was like, "Big man, don't do this to me." I was laughing. He's like, "If you score, I promise you, me and you are going to have a problem." Obviously he was joking.
Ighalo into the area, goes one way, then onto his right foot again, feeds Deeney, Deeney onto his right foot, scores! Troy Deeney scores! It's 4-3!
And I remember their fans singing, "You fat, you know what?" And I scored, and may have pulled my top up just to let them know.
I'm Detective Chief Inspector Chris Hanson. I work on a violence team for West Midlands Police. A Watford football fan was making his way to the train station with friends, a completely innocent man, when he was attacked by a group of males. He and his friends were completely overwhelmed and outnumbered, and were kicked and beaten.
When we heard about the news, it was really upsetting, because, you know, these people, they come to watch us. They travel away from home and getting. I remember he was in a coma at that time, so it was really sad to see that.
It would, you know, you don't ever expect that to happen, do you? You go to a football game and this happens, and you know, not that getting promoted makes up for that, but you know, as soon as we had that, we had even more. Sort of drive and commitment to try and achieve, because that was super sad, and that should never have happened.
I think that was a turning point for us as well, to give not only for the fans, Watford fans, but especially for Nick, you know.
We're a family club, aren't we? That's what we are. So when one of ours gets hurt, we take it personally.
And I remember the campaign as well. So yeah, I was thankful Nick was and he is in a good condition. So, but we fear for him in that time.
Then plays in Vydra. Vydra inside the box. Vydra doubles the lead. There is the second goal. Maneuver towards the edge of the box. His cross towards the far post. Deeney's coming in with the header. Troy Deeney puts Watford in front at the DW Stadium. Guedioura will get to it on the right hand side. Turns it back into the box, looking for Ighalo. Chance. Ighalo scores. 2-2. Odion Ighalo.
Deeney is completely free here, and the inevitable result.
20 was nice, but it was all about beating Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough was strong at that time.
Troy Deeney turns it down the line for Anya, who's beyond Gray. Can he get across the way? Yes, he can. And he's falling in. What a goal by Craig Cathcart! On the volley, over his shoulder.
I think I got quite a lot of assists towards the end of that season. I was super confident, and you know the team were doing really well.
I remember that we start poorly in the first half, especially in the first 20-25 minutes.
It was very difficult game. I remember Brighton wasn't the best pitch in that day as well. Very difficult to play there away from home, and the pitch wasn't so good.
Let's put it this way, if the Amex pitch was like how it is now, we'd be in trouble.
You know, I remember the sand in the goal, that the ball almost lobbed me in the second half.
Joka in that moment did something that maybe people will look at it as a bold or a gamble, but they were hurting us in the left-hand side.
I was never sort of, I need the limelight, you know, I was always for the team, you know. So like you say, I think we were 30 minutes in, and Slav was like, this type of formation isn't working, because I was, you know, my attribute was sort of wing back sort of play, and we changed it up. So I think I came off like 30 minutes, and ultimately it was the right choice.
But here's one thing for like Ikechi, in all of the, because he's had some big moments in Watford that no one really speaks about. Obviously, talk about that goal against Leicester. If he has a bad touch, it's over. Like, no one talks about how good of a touch that was. And then also, in that moment of that game, was he 25 minutes? It was 25 minutes, yeah. I remember it was early. Took Ikechi off because we were getting spanked. But he could have easily like kicked off, you know, been fuming, got down the tunnel. We come in at half-time even though we're winning. But then there's all of that distraction to deal with. But because of his humbleness and his desire for the team, for the greater good, you know, like, we was able to make that change, and it kind of goes unnoticed that he came off, you know, in a weird way. Like, he was like, yeah, but Ikechi was like, yeah, he was great, man. Wonderful person, but somebody that was definitely undervalued.
But Luke Dowling, who was the sports director here at the time, was like, yo, Ketch, that was the way you've taken that decision was good, you know, and there was no other way I was going to take it, you know. I was never one to, you know, throw my toes at the pram, you know, the team benefited.
Their player whacked it up in the air or headed it up in the air, but I kind of stood my ground. He kind of bounces off him, goes to Iggy, and then Iggy backheeled it.
The captain strikes on 28 minutes.
I don't know why they thought I was going to shoot my left foot. I've probably got about 3 left-footed goals in my whole career, but I just chopped it onto my right foot. I learnt that off Iggy, to be fair. Chopped it onto my right foot, and it was 1v1. And it was, you know, I don't miss them ones.
All I remember is the last goal from Vydra. You know, I think we're talking on the bench. I just saw it pass from Troy.
It was counter-attack, and Troy did a very good pass to me, and then was basically on me to score a goal. I remember the yellow army behind the goal, and it was crazy, you know. Special because I came back to help Watford get back to the Premier League, and I hope I helped them.
I remember when he scored and he goes to celebrate, just going like, oh.
Everywhere was going crazy. We're going crazy.
When Vydra scored the second, it was a big relief, and we were so happy, and the atmosphere in the dressing room was really good. But we didn't know that we were going to get promoted because we play early, I think 12:30, and the other teams play later on.
Ighalo, yeah, he just decided to start filming. But I remember we were playing cards, and then it broke to Jeff Stelling, and Jeff was like, if scores stay the way they are, Watford and Bournemouth will be promoted. And I remember all the lads going, huh.
I don't normally get emotional.
And it went our way. We started shouting from inside the bus, we gained promotion to the Premier League. The atmosphere was crazy. I was so happy. I called my mom at home, I called my parents, I called my siblings. We were happy, talking on the phone and all that, rejoicing, even showing them the video as we are dancing inside the bus.
You realize that now your Premier League status, after all the work and all the money spent and all the things that you did for the club, seeing them happy and having to think about next season for Premier League and for all the fans as well, it was something special.
Pete, the chef, but he just came and he had like beer, champagne, the lot, and then that picture of me doing the champagne is because Pete, the chef, God knows where he came from, but he was there.
Everybody were calling their family at the training ground, and then we headed into Watford town centre, and we had a good night from what I can remember.
We went to celebrate here in Watford, as I remember.
We ended up going Yates, which is now called something different, and then some of us ended up in Oceania. But I think Yates, we took over. We took over the whole place. There was fans all up the high street, all waiting outside, all celebrating with us. It was a great day, great evening, great night.
I really wanted to win it. I really wanted to win it. Just like captain a team that had won the championship, if you get what I mean. I know we were promoted and I know it was all good, but the championship's there, like it's in your hands.
We wanted to finish first. After the game, we was happy that we still got promoted. We knew we was promoted. After the game, the changing room got a few doors smashed in because we was gutted that, we finished second.
I said, like, my hand's never been the same. No knuckle there, because punched that dugout out, didn't I?
There's a few of us in the changing room, the likes of Troy in the end, after he smashed the door in. Wanted to celebrate properly because it was a massive achievement still. We still reach our goal.
Time flies, and my boys was so young, and now they are 18 and 20 years old, so it was a long time ago, but it's still a good thing to remember in Watford history. So we are there in Watford's history. That's why I'm here today talking about that season.
It was a good time. There were some good days, some good memories. But I've been fortunate in this Watford career of mine that I had to have some exceptional moments, some exceptional times. So, you know, FA Cup finals and in the Prem, obviously the playoff goal. So yeah, it was more of a fulfilling year because, again, I don't know what the other lads said. I feel like I played a key part in it.
It's proud. I'm proud. I'm proud to be part of that, and both of those memories will stay with me forever. I think the first time we done it, it was a massive surprise, in the sense of we were supposed to get tipped to get relegated that year. The second time in 2014-15, we just knew we had the best team. So we had that belief that we were going to get promoted also.
I loved like Watford because it's not a huge city, and you know, everyone supporting you all season, home away, and it's not about the players, it's not about the club. It's because you play for yourself and for the town.
I didn't know that I was going to speak so quickly about 10 years, but it feels like it was only a few years ago. But yeah, times goes quick, and this is memories that is going to stay always in my heart and in my head. Yeah, definitely.
Playing in the Premier League, you know, it wasn't even a sort of a dream, you know, like, because it seemed so far away. But I think the naivety of when you're young is that you just want to play, and then you just want to see how far you can get, you know. So I just kept on going just for the love of the game, because like you say, I dropped non-league and then did the Glen Hoddle Academy, and just through hard work and unbelievable luck, I managed to play in the Premier League.
How does it feel to know that it was 10 years ago?
Few words.
Thank you so much. That was
perfect.
Really great.
Nice.
Okay.
This is why we do aim to. I mean, I know in your crib you probably got theatre room, but I ain't got that in mind, so this is my theatre room. No here, coffee, film, 3D glasses. No, thank you. Was that okay? Like, sometimes I know I rambled on a little bit and stuff like that, so.
With all of this, it is genuinely a case of, like, you've got good people, man, that would do a lot for the club.
I'm very happy. Are you not happy? Watford FC! Watford FC!